Higher air moving our way coming up.
Now for the conclusion of a WDSU investigation into the death of Sean Arthur, whose body was found in February 2017 at his Metairie apartment complex. He would have turned 44 tomorrow. An autopsy shows Sean's blood alcohol content was more than 3 times the legal limit for intoxication. Police ruled out foul play, but Sean's family refuses to believe that he simply drank himself to death. Chief investigative reporter Greg LaRose tells us how the family conducted its own investigation after police closed theirs. Here's what they found.
Police subpoenaed Sean Arthur's bank records and learned the final purchase he made before he died: a 2-liter of soda and a bottle of bourbon. That bourbon bottle provided a clue that led to the discovery of a cross-country crime spree, but it wasn't police who first put together all of that information.
It's not about us trying to prove them wrong. It's about us trying to do what's right and find justice for Sean.
The Arthur family hired a private detective once the JPSO closed its investigation after 3 months. That detective contacted David Lohr. He's an investigative reporter based in New Orleans who was working for Huffington Post at the time.
Right from the get-go, I thought there was a lot more to the story than, what police were saying.
The bourbon bottle provided a clue that Lohr would explore: a fingerprint discovered by the Sheriff's Office Crime Lab. It came from Dominique Berry, whose criminal history included arrests for prostitution and property theft. A JPSO report says their efforts to contact Berry weren't successful and noted she had warrants for her arrest from Kenner in Sacramento, California.
The more I looked into it, it just seemed like a really bizarre case.
The police report contained more leads that Lohr followed. Sean's phone records included a number that he called and texted the night he died. JPSO traced it to an online ad for an escort service. Lohr found that ad online and reverse searched the photos on it. He discovered they were used in multiple escort ads and dating websites in different cities around the country. Lohr says he then posted to some of the same websites asking if anyone had a bad experience with the woman from the ad. He heard back from 6 men, all with similar stories.
They said the last thing they would remember is, her massaging her or something, and they were out.
Lohr and the Arthur family then started researching police records in the places where they found the online ads. What they found aligns with information in federal indictments issued in August 2019 and earlier this year against Dominique Berry and Randy Schenck. He and Berry met in 2013 and soon became romantically involved, according to court records. Schenck is charged with sex trafficking and identity theft. He's awaiting trial. Berry has pleaded guilty to conspiracy and aggravated identity theft. She'll be sentenced next year. She faces a maximum of 5 years in prison. Federal court documents say the two were involved in a scheme that spanned 5 states. Schenck's indictment spells out how he instructed Berry to place illegal and prescription drugs into individuals' drinks to render them unconscious. Berry and Schenck would then steal personal property from their victims.
That was their whole modus operandi, in that, they would lure their victim in, they would drug their victim, unbeknownst to the person. Then they would get the person to drink, and then they would rob them.
The U.S. attorney says Schenck beat Berry to ensure she complied with his instructions. Berry's indictment details her encounter with Sean Arthur. It says Schenck drove Berry to Sean's apartment on the night of February 24, 2017, and Schenck gave her antipsychotic medications so she could incapacitate Sean. The Jefferson Parish coroner says the drugs found in Sean's system were in individually non-toxic levels in an update to his autopsy report more than a year after Sean's death. Coroner Jerry Satanovich found that the combination of alcohol and the medication contributed to Sean's death. He also changed the manner of death from accidental to undetermined. Jefferson District Attorney Paul Connick provided a statement to WDSU citing professional conduct rules that say he can't comment on active cases and investigations. The statement notes the Fed's case against Schenck is still open. Bob Arthur says the DA could do more to look into Sean's death, and he wants the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office to reopen their investigation.
It's easy. We just want justice. Do the right thing. I think part of their problem is that they have egg on their face because they didn't do their due diligence.
Like my dad said, it's just beyond frustrating that we provided fact after fact after fact, and they continue to stick to their narrative.
One piece of evidence the authors believe should lead to further investigation comes from a jailhouse interview with Dominique Berry in Georgia. A Georgia-based private investigator the authors hired got permission to interview Berry at the Cobb County Jail. The conversation started with the private eye, Jane Holmes, showing Berry a photo.
That is Sean Arthur. He's deceased.
What does it have to do with me?
He died.
Holmes interviewed Berry for a total of 7 hours over 3 days. Berry says she was extremely drunk at Sean's apartment, but remembers details from when she left.
I know he was snoring. He was well fine when I left, because all I did was give him a massage and he was laying in the bed asleep. So,
Well, massage with 2 capsules of pills.
what do you mean?
Well, you said massage, but I'm talking.
Well, of course I drugged him. Of course I gave him 2 capsule pills. Then I took him to the bed, laid him down, massaged him, relaxed him, and he fell asleep.
Berry's recollections are consistent with information from her indictment that she placed medications into Sean's drinks without his knowledge. David Lohr of HuffPost also took part in the final interview at the jail.
That just kind of dropped my jaw because, yeah, you got her fingerprint in the apartment. We have her admitting she was in the apartment.
In the recordings, Berry tells the private eye to tell the Arthurs she's sorry and that she can sympathize with them.
And I was actually shocked that she did give me all this information.
The federal public defender representing Berry provided a statement to WDSU. It says Berry has taken full responsibility for her actions and that her case illustrates the horrors of human trafficking. The statement also notes that when Berry was arrested with Schenck in Georgia, she had been severely beaten and was found bleeding with electrical tape on her arm. The Arthur family says they'll continue to push for accountability in Sean's death. His youngest brother, Ryan, says justice isn't getting somebody put in prison forever. It's getting authorities to admit they were wrong and do the right thing. For WDSU Investigates, I'm Greg LaRose.
The Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office and coroner did not respond to our questions for this story. Lawyers for Randy Schenck declined to comment. Before Sean Arthur's death, Berry and Schenck were arrested in California. You can read much more about this case right now